Hey everyone, today we're diving into Kiwi SMP, a server that might look like your typical Minecraft paradise at first glance. But trust me, there's a lot more going on here than meets the eye. Sure, it's got the cool builds and a pretty active community, but once you dig a little deeper, things start to get sketchy. We're not just talking about the pay-to-win stuff, even though that's bad enough. There's a whole range of issues lurking beneath the surface. From shady practices to questionable management decisions, Kiwi SMP has a dark side that needs to be exposed, and today we're going to break it all down. So stick around, because it's time to lift the curtain on what's really going on behind the scenes of Kiwi SMP. Alright, let's kick things off with one of the biggest issues on Kiwi SMP: pay to win. Now, if you've spent any time on this server, you've probably noticed that certain players seem to have a pretty big advantage. And it's not because they're better at the game or more dedicated. It's because they've got something the rest of us might not: money. Kiwi SMP has a setup where you can buy in-game perks, items, and even ranks with real money. And we're not just talking about cosmetic stuff. These purchases can seriously boost your gameplay, whether it's powerful gear, special abilities, or access to exclusive ranks. If you got cash to burn, you're ahead of the game. Now that I have talked about the pay-to-win problem, let's move to our next problem: staff injustice. Let's talk about the Gamer Gus incident. On July 6, 2024, a player goes by the name of Gamer Gus began to sell items. Some of the items being high ranks, exclusive cosmetics, and crate keys, all worth a lot of money. The people who had bought the items did not know the items were duplicated illegally. When staff found out, instead of removing the duped items from each player and banning the duper himself, being Gamer Gus, at the same day 14 players were banned from the server permanently. If you thought this is the only issue about the staff, you are completely wrong. I have messaged multiple players on Kiwi SMP, and I'll ask them to send anything that made them hold bad impressions regarding the staff. Some agreed and sent me some screenshots with explanations. In this picture that I've got from Rodum, you can clearly see that the staff did not answer Rodum's ticket. After waiting 3 whole days, he received an answer from the helper saying, "I haven't gotten any answer yet." After 1 long week of waiting desperately, he did not receive an answer from higher staff, and therefore the ticket got closed. Another proof I got was sent by the player Avicii. Avicii was falsely reported by a player named Exire intentionally for harassment and got muted by the helper GetBoba. When Avicii made a ticket explaining this was a false report, he asked the staff for proof showing Exire was expressing harassment. This is what he received. After several hours, Avicii's ticket got closed. When Avicii asked the staff why did the ticket get closed, despite him telling the staff to not close the ticket, he received this. If you guys ask me, it looks like the staff is trying to shut him down. This is not the first time players get punished because the staff was making assumptions. You see, once there was a player on Kiwi SMP called the Money Boy Enjoyer. Money Boy fought some players and killed 3 of them. Money Boy was falsely banned by the staff, assuming he was hacking. Here is proof showing the former admin Kazukegen stood his ground, justifying his assumption. You can even see Bullet had responded with, "Just because you think he was reaching does not mean you can ban him." I've got another proof from an anonymous player who was falsely banned for PvP bypassing. The proof is showing the server manager that goes by the name of Ali treating the player with disrespect, even though he is trying to explain to her that she is not listening to him. She starts becoming toxic and responds with offensive comments like delusional. But things get only worse when the player said she was false banning him. The manager responds with, "How dumb can people be?" Obviously targeting the player, and also with, "Fighting with a girl, what an amazing life you have." When the player telling the manager she starts to become toxic, she responds with, "You are getting rebanned, have an amazing day." The day after, Avicii asked Ellie for help claiming someone's PvP bypassing players. In response, Ellie answers with, "Legit, don't talk to me." Avicii is telling Ellie she becomes immature, and she responds with, "Stop obsessing over me." At this moment, Ellie clearly lost her senses. Speaking of which, I was sent a picture from the staff guide saying, in an argument against a player, staff members shouldn't go crazy nor express toxicity towards the player. As we can see, Ellie clearly violated this rule. As you can see here, this is an example of the type of some staff members currently in the server. If you think this was the only example, you're completely wrong. You see, back in 2022, there was a former manager named Zayad on Kiwi who also exhibited this kind of behavior, but much worse. You see, Zayad did not encourage self-harm, but later it was found that Zayad was sexually harassing players and staff members, and therefore he got kicked from the staff. Did you know that the owner of Kiwi SMP, known as Canadian, was recently arrested while driving? He shared the news on his TikTok account, but the reasons for his arrest remain unknown. Rumors are swirling, with some speculating it could be anything from a traffic violation to something more serious, leaving everyone wondering what really happened. Kiwi SMP has been making clickbait videos about the server, fooling players to make them want to join the server. The clickbaiting is made in such an obvious way. Notice how some of the players are missing name tags? The vehicles that are claimed to be owned by the players are also clickbaited. Yes, you are able to get them, but the fact that they own them is for the sake of the video. So far, I have presented the issues with the server and my point of view on it. If you guys want to support servers like this, you should reconsider it. I wish the issue with the staff will be discussed with the server owner and that this message will reach everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video and thank you for watching.